All right, what's up, guys? My name is Miller Reese, and if you follow me on Twitter, you can see I've been doing a lot of stuff on Team Builder lately. I'm a graphic designer, photographer, and videographer, so uh, this has been a cool creative outlet for me doing Team Builders, and I've learned a lot since it actually released. I'm ready for the full thing to come out, and not just the beta, but because there's a lot of people having problems. So in this video, I just want to give you a quick run through and of what I do, like basically, how my process is, and I'm just gonna create something, a team that I'm not really publishing, just a team from scratch, and just to show you exactly what I do. So I've already recorded this video, but I'm gonna give you a sort of an overlay. I'm just gonna voice over it. So, all right, let's get going. All right, so for starters, I love using Bing. I use Bing image creation station, the Copilot, and so I don't know. You can try to pause and see my prompts. I don't know. I kind of do. My prompts aren't too long, but I try to just keep going until I get something that I like. But so I was looking for like a vintage, old school looking bear. Um, I got inspired by the old UCLA bear, and so I would copy that logo. I'll download that logo, then I'll pull it into Adobe Illustrator. And what that does is, since it's you get a certain size in Photoshop, not Photoshop, you get a certain size when you download the photos from Bing. But I like my images to be super, like, I'm talking about like 8,000 by 8,000. So I'll bring it into to Adobe Illustrator, and I do an image trace. Now this can get tricky because it don't work all the time, but as you can see how it just transformed that image to something sharp, and that's what I like to do. Like that's how I kind of high res all of my images. So if you send me logos, if you need a logo like unblurred, because sometimes they can be real blurry. So if you need a logo kind of sharpened up, send it to me or DM me, and we can work something out to get that crystal clear for you. So as you can see, I saved my bear in the ULA. I wanted that on the sweater, so I put it on my prompt, and that's the old bear that I was inspired by. You couldn't really see it, but I had to do some more photoshopping right here. I didn't like how that nose turned out, so I kind of selected a certain area that I wanted to fill, and just auto generated until I found the right position I wanted the nose to be in, like the right nose. And then voila, I get a couple of variations of that, and I didn't like those two, so I went with the first one. Um, and then I'll just flatten the image from here. All right, now I got what I need. So now I want to pull the blacks out of it. So I'll go to color sample, and I'll just pull that, and I'll control J, and I'll duplicate that, and then I can just make the background whatever color I need it to be, white, or I can make it transparent. Um, so I'll, just like that, boom. So now I got all of the blacks out. At this point though, I would like to get this the color that I need. But if you see, look how big that photo is compared to the 1000 by 1000 that they give you, and then it comes out crystal clear. All right, so when I get my logo, now that I got that out of the way, I get on Google and type in. I like the color palettes. I like getting different color palettes. So it's crazy because I saw this car in the Walmart parking lot the other day, and it actually inspired this color scheme that I'm doing for this team. Now this team is not real. I do want to say that. I'm not gonna publish it. I just want to make a team just to show you my process. So I just kind of like search around for different color palettes, and that color of that car was kind of like, it was like a dark matte blue with like a leather brown, and I kind of wanted to do a blue and brown team. So I found one right here. I copied the color code, and I bring it into Photoshop, and then I'll paste it, and I'll put it up for my team primary color. So that's what I'm doing now. I guess I was having some technical difficulties with the copy and paste, but there we go. Now this next part is a little tedious, so I want to fill in these gaps with these colors. But first I gotta go get my brown that I was looking for. So I go back to Google, type in my leather brown, and then I find a color palette that I like. So sometimes I have to get a little bit more specific, and I think I found it right here. So I wanted to go with that 60281E. So I just copy and paste from right there. Bring it back into Photoshop and put it as my secondary color on the panel. Then I'll get a brush and go under it, get that layer under, and I'll fill in with my brown. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna speed up this part of the video and just let you kind of get a time lapse of me coloring it in. All right, now that I got it done, I want to merge the layers, and it's to my satisfaction. So I'll save this as, main as the bear. And then when I save that, I do want to make a secondary logo out of this. So it's crazy how I did this, but I just basically just deleted everything. I just wanted the bear head, so I just chopped everything off outside of just the head of the bear, and this is kind of what I want as the secondary logo. And with that leaves me this weird, awkward looking bottom of the head. So I try to do a generate, AI generate, and of course Adobe. Adobe. I have a hard time with Adobe's generative fill. I can't get that word out, but the generative fill on Photoshop does not. It don't do what I needed to do sometimes. So I just kind of have to work with it in a more tedious way. So what I had to do is kind of manipulate this thing myself. I deleted all the parts that I didn't want, as far as with the t-shirt still being in the image. So I had to kind of copy some of the parts that already had that jagged edge to it, and I just had to kind of turn it. And this is kind of frustrating to do. I wouldn't do all of this unless it was something that was a serious logo that I was making. But since I was doing this video, I probably would have gave up if I was doing this for myself. But I'm doing this for y'all. And then I just try to duplicate it on the other side, but I had to zoom in to make it look realistic at least. And as you can see, I still got a lot more ground to cover. So I will merge those layers, go ahead and put them together, and I'll try to fill in some of this gap. Just like that. Alright, so now I'm here, and the bottom still looks a little wonky, so I need a little bit more to kind of fill in that bottom space. So I will merge this, or I can actually, before I merge it, I want to go ahead and grab some more of that jagged part. I just grabbed a different spots because I didn't want to keep copy and pasting the same exact spot. So with that, I got this. I put it about right there. Can I match up? All right, about right there. And then I can fill in some more right here. And at this point, it looks a lot better. So I duplicate that and basically reverse it. That way I can kind of put it in the same area. About right there. And then I gotta delete some parts of it. Alright. That's good enough for that. There we go. Alright, I'll merge those two, and then from this point, from this point I want to merge it all, and that way AI can kind of take over from here. I gave it a better reference than just having that flat part to deal with. So I generate it from here, and that should fill it in quite nicely for me. So let's see what we get. Blah. That looks bad. Nope, no luck with that. So I delete that. Give myself another layer. And what I did was, I find that Photoshop works better sometimes if you give it like a background. So what I had to do is put a white background in and then flatten the entire image, and then give that same thing a try, because without it, it didn't really understand what I was asking it to do with the transparent background. So now that I have a white background and it's on a flat image, it can kind of fill in, it kind of understand more so what I'm asking it to do. That's not good. That looks like a real beard, and I kind of like that. So I can generate again to get 3 more. I can get 3 more to choose from. That's not bad, but more options is always a good thing in certain cases. So that's not bad. I like that. So let's see. Voila, we'll go with that. And then I'll merge everything, and then I can isolate it back away from the background again. I can just select the white, select the inverse, and duplicate it. And then I can just delete that background, and there we go. We have the bear head. And that'll be my secondary logo. So I'll title it as so. And I'm gonna show you how I save all these soon. Alright, so voila, look, I got my primary and I got my secondary. So I made that secondary based off that. So right here you see where it says 409.7 M. TeamBuildr wants you to get that at what, 512K. So you just have to keep reducing the size, and there we go. I'm close to it, so I just kind of keep inching it down until I get under, and I get as close to I get as close under 512 as possible. And it's a very small image, but it's gonna be great because it's gonna be a good high resolution. So if you're in Photoshop, after you get it to that point, which I do the same with this secondary, now we're at 82.6 M. So I just keep going down. I'll keep going to, all right, so that's a good start. And then let's get it about right there. And then voila. So from there, you'll go to File, Export, Save for Web, Legacy. Make sure you click that. Make sure it is on, I got it on Optimized, and then I pull this tab down and I go to PNG 24, PNG 24, and save it. And I always title it TeamBuildr, so I know the difference between I keep the big copy and I keep the small one too. So I do the same thing for my primary. Same settings. Just put TeamBuildr bear, Builder bear. All right, and from there, I'm good to go. All right, so from there, I want to get a third image to roll with. Since you get to upload 3 of them, so I found this same process through Bing. Sometimes it put little weird marks on it, so I did the same process through Adobe Illustrator, and I brought it into Photoshop, and I just kind of got out these marks that I didn't want. I just needed a paw, just something different from the bear face, since I kind of already have 2 of those with the bear head and the full bear body. So I'll just do this. I'll input my color palette back in. I color it from there. Nothing too special. Alright, and then from here, it's kind of weird because I want like a white background, but as you can see, this logo is not closed in. it's not closed in, so I have to kind of do it with shapes. So I'll make a new layer, and what I'll do is I'll kind of go around it when I find the right tool. Well, I can see right here what I want, and I don't want that brown, so I would go with the white overlay. So I make the background black, and then I can kind of color in where I want it to be white. And then we get to this part at the bottom where it's kind of weird, and I'll just draw a circle because I want it to be rounded. Then I'll stretch it here on each end till it kind of adds up to where I want it to be. Right there on that end. Almost. Gotta zoom in and gotta make sure it's all correct. All right, looks good on that end. And then I will merge it. All right, delete the background. Then I'll merge it. All right, and I can do away with that. And look, now I got my third logo, the paw. So I save the big version, and then I'll do a small version for Team Builder. And I'll go through that. I kind of like to get the box as small as possible. Then I'll go through that same process that I did. All right, we at 571. Then I'll get it down as close to 512 as possible. That's underneath it, 509.1. And there we have it. Export, save for web, save, Team Builder. And then now we're good to go. We can open up our Team Builder now. All right, so when you get there, everything pretty much flows as far as logos, and that goes with everything. Not just if you want to put like anything on your logo, on your uniforms, you'll do that same process as you do with your logos. And we all know that circle takes a while sometimes. Luckily, I haven't had any super bad problems that I do see on Twitter. So I've been thankful for that, but I do run into some crazy stuff sometimes. But for the most part, this Team Builder has been kind to me. I'm just ready for them to get out of this beta phase so we can really create. All right. Now I got my 3 logos in, and I get to put them where I want them, like that. Then I get my color. I've noticed that I get a better outcome with the colors by using that select from primary and all that, because I usually just do the color codes, but for some odd reason, I don't know if it's just a glitch in the game or what's going on, but my attachments, like when the players have like sleeves and stuff on, the color is always it's so much brighter. It's weird. I don't know. Maybe that's something they got to work on, because it's never the exact color of your team. And that's pretty much how I get my logos into Team Builder. If you guys want any other videos shot, let me know. If you need me to explain anything else for you, just put it in the comment or DM me. Let me know, and we can get this thing going for you. But make sure you come to my Twitter, check it out. I'll be posting a lot of my teams and a lot of the rebuilds that I'm doing for other people like that can't access Team Builder. I have been working on doing some of those. Just hit me up and we can work something out. But yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate your time, and thanks.